All right, we're live.
Yep, yes, we are.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got Mob Miz here, Turnbuckle Telegram, and myself, Took Timbo, ready to give you a recap of the Dynamite show that took place tonight. What started off the show was the Kenny Omega coming out. He had a promo. He said he wanted to thank Takeshita for pushing his limits to get him back to where he needs to be, and that is to be a champion and a tough fighter. So, what y'all think about that promo? It was pretty cool.
I'll let you go first, Turnbuckle.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was nice that he was giving him
Props, yeah,
respect and his accolades out there. Yeah, his props to him out there in the ring. I thought that was cool. And
for
over the
sure.
last couple of weeks, I've seen some of the pictures of their matches from them, growing up in the ring together. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
Takeshita was young.
Yeah, he
Man,
Hmm.
was.
you seen him?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was. He's a prodigy. I mean, he's been killing it since he was basically a baby. But
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I thought and he's definitely like not the same person when you look at those. He's like he's so much more developed than he was at that size. Kind of like Osprey. They just don't look like the same people from 10
yeah.
years ago.
yeah.
It's
No,
so crazy seeing the evolution of people over time.
For
yeah.
sure, for
Especially with
sure.
Kyle Fletcher, bro. His glow up was insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing before I throw in my points, did you get the shit? Did you see the link? I threw it in that group
Oh,
chat.
yeah. Let
Yeah,
me go ahead and share that real quick.
I'm gonna do the same thing. One second.
God, I like Cage and Hobbs. They're awesome.
Yeah, people need to stop sleeping on Brian Cage, man.
Yeah.
Man,
That dude is insane. He
craziness.
what was that move that he did?
The
Oh,
suplex from the outside
fucking
or the inside to the outside.
yeah. There's a name for it, but I already forgot
Yeah,
what they
I have
called
no
it.
idea. That move's crazy though.
But yeah, he he executed it perfectly.
I dumped off. He definitely did. I dumped off in all the group chats. Um,
Cool.
as far as before I get detailed, what I was gonna say with the Kenny Omega, great promo. Um, I would say that my favorite part about it is they seem like they're prioritizing leveling up the international title. I didn't get the vibes that, well, not anytime soon anyways, unless it's like abruptly, that they plan on merging that title with Okada's title.
I
Not
don't.
not
Yeah, I don't.
anytime soon. They
No.
got a new tournament for it. Kenny's talk where he wants to be
Yeah.
prestige and be the best around the world, and that
Yeah,
should be
I
revealed.
really don't want to see them combine titles like that. Like
I
make it
Yeah.
undisputed something. I don't. I
Yeah,
never really liked that in the past, and I don't really care
personally,
for
I'd
it now.
rather there's other titles that I would rather see them get. Well, I
Yeah.
just say over those two titles merging, I'd rather just dump a different title
Yeah.
personally. Because I
Right.
think those are two of their best titles.
Yeah.
Um,
No, they are for sure.
yeah,
Those are the
I like the
workhorse titles.
Continental itself with the tournament every year.
yeah,
That's that's one of my things I look forward to every year now.
yeah. That's
It's
that's the thing. I think that Continental Championship has prestige because that tournament's great, right?
yeah,
Especially if he. I think I want to say that you know there's some you could kind of look at that the tournament sometimes and kind of pick who's the guy to take pins. I want him to get to the point where you can't pick that guy.
Right.
yeah,
That's my first thing. And I would love to see the women get their own. So I don't want to see that belt go away. That's not I'm not
no,
interested in that. And I
right,
also don't want to see the belt that travels the world go away. Like what Takeshita just did with that belt, what
yeah,
Kenny has the potential to do with that belt. These ain't the ones that should be up for
yeah,
discussion. Like there's like trios and a few other things. Like you can set one set of trios that could go back and forth from AEW and Ring of Honor if you want. Get rid of one. There's a few other things you could probably get rid of. I wouldn't do anything with
No,
those titles.
and that international title, it really boosts up the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Like, it
Yeah,
makes it more interesting
yeah,
because most likely we're getting somebody outside and they're having a match for that international title. So
yeah, and that's why.
doing away with that is just it
Yeah,
would be
it's
dumb.
just I mean, I get it, the pressure of people telling you there's too many titles, but if you're gonna get rid of if that's the case, but if you're gonna get rid of titles, don't do it with those two. I hope that
No,
if that was a discussion, I hope that Kenny in this tournament kinda gets them away from that idea, right?
right? Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, because I mean, the promo was great, and I thought that was really what it was about, um giving Takeshita his props and telling you he's trying to make that title mean something after Takeshita finally made it mean something. So hopefully they just stay in that direction. That's basically the best I would say about that. It did. I mean, one of the it's one of the promos in the AEW that actually did something. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like you it gave
moved it forward. Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a quick cut promo. It was like you could tell they put thought into that. So I appreciate that.
I did too. Yep.
But
All right,
that's my thoughts on that one.
cool. Then I guess we had the Ops versus some squash contenders. You know,
Yeah.
squash match. What it kind of what they did last week, I think, or was it on Collision? Sometime they just had a squash match not too long ago. Um, so and then Swerve challenges John Moxley. He shoots a promo backstage, I believe,
Yep.
and let's see,
Cope interrupted that promo, right?
Cope, yeah, that's right. Cope interrupts him and steps in and said, "Technically, I didn't lose that match." So there's a lot of number one contenders right now,
Yeah,
and
they
I
got
think they should do like a multi-man ladder match or something
like you
soon.
was
So
like you was
They
talking
definitely have to do
about.
something.
And
The amount of talent they have on the upper card, like we were talking about the other night, the amount of talent they have, it's almost, and I don't want to advocate for more belts, but it's almost like there's not enough prestige to showcase or to highlight some of the talent that they have. And that's why I've been like tossing around the idea of like a brand split might be nice for certain instances, like,
it could,
you know,
yeah. I
having
think what they're
multiple.
doing,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I think what they have now is working pretty much in their favor. Like they kind of have a soft uh brand split kind of going on, but people can still go to either show. And
Yeah,
it's working well for them.
I I know exactly what you mean about not seeming like it has they have enough belts. It's just I feel like you know, the fact that there's not like a real brand, like a full-fledged brand split, and titles are kind of, you know, bouncing around on every show,
yeah,
is what kind of does it that way. I think because if they did add the brand split, just say figuratively speaking, now, you know, this guy's like, not, I mean, you got Danny Garcia might get the feud I was talking about and really get to bite back in with the Adam Cole if he can beat him
Yeah,
clean, right?
right.
But there's guys like Cole that probably deserve titles, and they're
Oh, he
stuck
definitely
in,
does.
and
Yeah,
they're kind of in the middle of the card. So
yeah.
there's too much talent, and there's not enough belts for the roster they have.
right.
Right.
They have
You
too
think
many good
you
people.
think adding another belt would be okay, or do you think
I
it's too
would
much?
no, I wouldn't add. I think right now, as it stands, I would remove a belt, right?
No. Okay.
But it would probably be one of the trios or something like that. I really, or maybe I would just. I mean, we. I think it's the Ring of Honor saturation, and then also like a lot
Yeah, which
of other.
bleeds into the main show.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah,
have other people that have belts in other companies and they carry them. So it seems like there's just like a million belts, right?
Right.
But if
right.
they was separated, like if Ring of Honor titles was only on Ring of Honor, AEW titles was only on AEW, there's not really that many belts. And
Right.
also
Right.
for example, Mercedes got 4 belts. only one of them is actually from that company. You see what I'm saying? But
Right, yeah,
it's
but she
but it
poses with all 4 of them, and
well,
you're just
no,
like,
I love that, but what it does
yeah,
is it gives someone that's not a diehard AEW fan, when they look at that, they're looking
yeah.
like, "Yo, in 3
Well, not
matches, they've seen 8 titles." You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like,
So,
they're
they're a
gonna
little
they're
if
gonna think it's all AEW. Yeah,
yeah,
right, a
exactly.
casual would. Yeah,
Yeah, but
for sure.
realistically, they're not all AEW titles. Um, with the we was at the Swerve and Mox, right?
Yeah, Swerve challenges Mox at Dynasty. That's Dynasty's the pay-per-view last year where Swerve first became champion. Um, and then yeah, Cope cut in and said technically I didn't lose that match, so whether it's you or Moxley or no, he said you're either going to be facing Moxley at Dynasty or myself because next week they ended up announcing
There's a rematch.
uh the rematch. So
The
yeah,
rematch for next week's Dynamite. What do you think about that, Turnbuckle? We'll keep it going that way. Like after you, he could go and I'll go after him, so we could just keep like a rotation smooth.
sure thing.
I think it should be a good match. Hopefully. Um, who was it again? Sorry, I just
It's
saw.
the
I was paying attention, but I just saw Mike Bailey got his All Elite card.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Official?
So
yeah,
Nice,
it's official now. It's on the homepage.
cool. I'm gonna have to look into that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
what we'll talk about is the Mox Swerve promo and leading into the Cope and Mox rematch next week.
Cope and Mox rematch.
It's gonna be a street fight.
You know, it'll probably be a good match for what it is. I don't know. I like Cope is awesome. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend. I don't necessarily want to see him with the AEW title. And the reason being, I feel like there's more homegrown talent there in the company that's, I wouldn't say more deserving, but not saying that Cope's not deserving of it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I just like I liked Swerve's run with it. I thought he had a really good run with it. I would like to see like Moxley's run hasn't been like a super exciting because I mean, has he ever pulled the belt out? Have we seen it since he's
I
gotten
mean,
it?
No, he
that's
hasn't.
Right.
that's literally probably the one thing that's bothered me. If he loses it without ever holding it, it's kind of like I don't know.
Right. So I don't know. Like
I think he should just
it's
take it out and start wearing it. Personally,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
It's, I'd like to see. I don't know. It'd be cool to see Cope have it. Don't get me wrong. It'd be cool to see that, I guess. But it's not something like, oh, I'm dying to see this match. You know what I mean? There's other things there's other stories that I'm more invested in.
Mm,
But you know, I just want to see what happens there. I want to see Moxley get some sort of fruitful something out
ending.
of that story.
Yeah, yeah. Some good ending for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think that the promo between Cope and Swerve was pretty good and was brief, but it was decent. Um, the first question I honestly asked myself was this: is this pre-planned or is this like recourse to try to fix like maybe like the negativity that came out of the pay-per-view? Um,
I I think so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I mean,
could be. Yeah,
because the thing is this, right? Um, we know that they could put on a good match, Moxley.
right. That was a
Yeah.
really good match,
Yeah, so
actually.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Sunday.
there probably was maybe I'm saying not even I'm just shooting out here. Maybe um they realized they probably should have just kind of left it like a clean pin. But then again, I'm kind of also thinking that the street fight and kind of interviews that we'll touch on later kind of lead me to believe there's gonna be wild interference here too. So it might be something that was already pre-planned to to continue it to a certain point. Remember, they might have a deadline to where they're trying to get to. So they might gotta do a couple of rematches and do a few things to get there. Um,
Right.
but I do think that their intention is to put on a match that make the fans happier, and I think they'll accomplish that goal. That would be my take on that. I'm looking forward to the street fight rematch. I want to see them. them really. I'd rather just see them go at it clean and somebody go over clean. That's kind of what I'd prefer seeing. But I kind of think that we'll see more interference, maybe even Switchblade this week. Really, turning
You
on it.
you think he accidentally hits Copeland again?
I mean, I don't think it was ever accident to begin with. Remember, Jay White's in
Yeah.
my top 5, so I ain't
Yeah,
buying
you're right.
anything he's selling.
Mm-mm.
So I
Scheming.
yeah, I think it was all done on purpose, but we'll see what happens. That'll be my
Well,
thoughts on it. I'm also just on wait and see now with this Death Riders. Just hoping that it gets to a point where it surprises me.
yeah.
Just gonna enjoy the ride.
Let it have some kind of ending to where it kind of makes sense and wraps things up a little bit.
Yeah,
Because I mean, we've already s- had all this time with them already, so why not give us the full story?
yeah.
So for sure. And then so right along with this, John Moxley cuts a promo backstage, and
Why is he always
of
breathing
course,
so heavy? Has he got sleep
huh?
apnea or something?
Who? Mox.
Moxley, you
Yeah.
hear him? Sounds like Darth Vader back there.
There was some background noise during that
Yeah, there
promo.
was
Did y'all
some
catch
bad
that?
background noise.
I
I didn't
saw a
know.
lot
Yeah.
of people talking throughout the night about the sound, so I don't know
Yeah.
if they had like sound issues or what.
I'm not sure, but it was like it just a bunch of background people, like people in the background talking
Yeah,
and
what it
stuff.
what it sounded like, cause it didn't sound like it was like audio problem. It sounded kind of like if there was like people in a room right next to them, and it was
Yeah,
the wall couldn't contain them.
Mm.
I don't know.
maybe. Yeah.
That's
It was
basically kind
just
of what it sounded like to me.
yeah. Um so
But
yeah, and then
good promo.
John Moxley makes it official for the rematch for the AEW World Championship next week on Dynamite. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be an interesting Dynamite for sure next week. So
Yeah.
Sure.
and so we get to our second match of the night. It's Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Cage and Drolistico. And that's the spot I was talking about at the beginning when we were just talking. People need to stop sleeping on Brian Cage, man. The dude's
Yeah,
an animal.
yeah.
Yeah, he just caught Hologram and suplexed him as Hologram jumped out of the ring right into Cage's arms. It was like perfect.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. People need to stop sleeping on him. He needs to go.
Yeah.
If him and Lance Archer don't get tag titles, Brian Cage needs a singles run of something. So I've
Yeah,
been a big fan of his for quite a while now, since
same here.
basically beginning of AEW.
He needs a Marvel deal. That guy belongs in a damn
Yeah,
superhero movie.
that's
Yeah,
See that guy?
Wolverine, bro.
I'm telling you.
the crazy. Did you ever see when he was in TNA and came out with the actual full Weapon X uniform? Like he
No,
was,
that's
Oh,
awesome. I'm gonna have to look that
yeah,
up.
like with the looking like the metals coming out of his arms. He had like a full suit on.
he had like these tennis shoes on too,
It
like
was crazy.
X Men Forces.
Like
Pretty cool.
honestly, I've seen him do way more in Lucha Underground than he's even doing right now. He's like toned
Yeah,
down. He can do all the power stuff, but he was doing the moonsaults, the flips, jumping out the
yeah,
ring every match. Go watch some of his footage in Lucha
Shoot, he went
Underground.
hard with that Weapon X suit.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
deserves. He deserves. I mean, I love the Murder Machines, and I love the fact that they're finally getting a run. But I mean, he's a singles guy.
yeah, for
He,
sure. He can be. Yeah, Lance Archer too. Heck,
yeah, same
Yeah.
thing.
but yeah, but of course, Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs win
What did you
alongside Harley Graham.
What did
Did
you
y'all
see?
see?
Hologram is amazing.
Yeah,
Harley
yeah, did y'all see
Graham.
it? um,
What did y'all think?
then they had somebody coming out afterwards, didn't they? Or no, it was the
Yeah,
rest of
so
the Don Callis family that came
What did
out.
you think about the actual match though? Totality of it.
Who
it's a great
Turnbuckle?
match.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Did
a good
you
match.
did you notice that there was I mean I want to say that could just be a language barrier. It could also be miscommunication. But I don't know if like Hobbs kind of like there's a couple of spots that they just looked a little awkward. with Mystico. I don't know
There's
exactly what's going on there. Like
yeah,
seen them. Like I'll show you them again, but it might have been like 2 spots. It just
seemed like Driscoll was calling a lot of the moves and stuff.
yeah, just
Yeah.
that's why. But see, that's why I don't know if it was like maybe they're just like a couple miscommunications. It
Yeah,
was
probably.
Maybe.
couple.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it was a
talking
good.
through those masks and stuff like Beast
Yeah,
Mortos does, I mean, it's
Yeah.
got to be hard to do that stuff and
exactly.
call
Yeah.
moves.
Good
For sure.
match. Good. I mean, very good match. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
noticed in it. And then you know what Hologram's gonna do.
Yeah.
There was a couple. There was a couple crazy spots in that match, including the suplex you talked about, the flipping one. There was hold up. There was one more that happened. Hold on. Oh, the hologram. On the outside jumped off of Hobbs' chest. I know he tried to do the moonsault, but it was still badass. The fact that he
Yeah.
kind of got
Right.
um kind of looked like he converted it to a crossbody, and it looked like he wanted to go full fledged moonsault, but kind of slipped his foot in. But that definitely was crazy. And then the other thing too, when Hobbs caught Mystico for the spine buster, my lord,
Phew.
I was surprised Mystico was the one that took the pin. Honestly, that's huge for Hobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Mystico's got pinned in AEW yet, has he?
Mystico or
Yeah, Mystico.
What's his name?
uh
Dralistico or something, right?
Drolistico?
Excuse me,
Oh
Drillis.
yeah, yeah.
I don't
I
think
guess yeah.
he's
I don't
got.
know.
He's
I couldn't recall a time he had been, so yeah.
actually no, he has been pinned a few times.
It happened.
He just lost the other day. What no though? Was that Dralistico or yeah, it was
Yeah,
Dralistico.
he was fighting the other night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Rush's brother. I thought that honestly, I was running back and forth on the beginning of that match. I thought it was Mystico. That's wild. Like he literally looked like he took
Well,
Mystico's outfit.
yeah, he's got like the lines on his mask right here on his face, and it kind of matches that, like the
You know,
old
I
Sin
know it was
Cara
just
look.
I think it's the colors of it that threw me off more or less
Yeah.
than that. 'Cause he's usually in dark colors.
Yeah, that too. He's usually like a red and like a darker red.
Yeah, like he's always like in like a dark, like black and red mask.
Yeah.
I mean, since he's been in AEW, anyways.
Right.
But but I do think it was a good match. The only other question that I had about it was, um, like, did Archer get injured or something? Like, I just don't see why it just wouldn't have been the Murder Machines versus them.
Just for
What?
the record, Dralistico has 5 losses in AEW.
Yeah, no, I
Uh,
was thinking. I honestly thought that was Mystico. I thought that was CMLL Mystico.
But that's over his total of 14 appearances though.
Yeah, that's still pretty good.
That's a good
Yeah.
record. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Um,
still a good record. Where's Roosh though? Jesus.
I know. Well, you said
Want to
somebody
talk
might
about
have got injured.
ridiculous? Orange Cassidy's got some ridiculous
Uh,
numbers.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yo,
bet he does.
he's probably only lost a handful of matches in 6 years.
Yeah. What you said Lance Archer might have got injured, or you think he
No,
did?
I was just wondering, like, why it wasn't like, what was the point of not having
Oh, him
like,
wrestle tonight. Yeah.
yeah, like,
Not.
why
Yeah, that's a
wasn't he
good
with
question.
Paige? Like
Oh
that,
no, dude. Why they
honestly,
would do that?
that's kind of another reason why I thought it was. It does make sense now that I'm thinking back because Mortos was on the outside, but I'm thinking the whole time like, what is what is this team like? How did they get this team together? And then when Archer comes out at the end, I'm thinking, I don't know, did he get a stinger? He needed the night off. Like I would have rather, nothing against Dralistico or Mortos out there, obviously, but I
No.
would have rather just seen the Murder Machines fight.
Yeah.
Unless
Right.
it was
Yeah.
just Dralistico had to go out there to take the pin, probably what it could have been.
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with hologram too being involved, or no? That was the right match, right?
Could be, could be.
Yeah.
Rush 58 appearances, 12
Jeez.
losses.
Dang.
What'd you say?
58 appearances for Rush,
Yeah.
12 losses.
That's
Orange Cassidy though, he's got some legendary numbers.
What's his numbers?
253 total appearances and 28 losses with 2 draws.
God.
Jesus.
Dang.
Yeah, that boy's a beast.
He
So
doesn't lose that guy.
It's that
He's got a
Superman
Goldberg
punch.
streak, this dude.
Andy's a
Yeah.
workhorse. He's
Yeah.
like he was wrestling like he was on like every show every week for like it seemed like almost every year AEW. Well, since he came to AEW.
Well,
Well, 23 and 24 were his best years with 60+ wins.
yeah, when he had the international championship,
Yes.
that he racked them up. He was like
Yes.
28-0 in like the first 3 weeks. Something crazy like that. Because he just kept like every show he would put the title on the line or something.
Golly, he's been
Yeah.
on Dynamite 43% of his time on shows. Collision 7.5.
Huh.
Out of control.
No.
What do you got coming up next?
Hurt Syndicate, and they were celebrating their victory backstage. MVP told him to take the night off, and
You could tell
we didn't.
something fishy was up with that.
Yeah, we didn't know what that was leading up to yet, but something was happening, and we found out a little bit later on down the card. We'll get there. But he says enjoy ladies and no working out and just wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Told them take it easy, and they were like, "No, we're going
Yeah.
to the gym."
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny about that segment when he kept saying no gym, and they was like, nah,
Gym
like,
addict.
we're definitely going to the gym.
Oh, gyms are sin. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't too much to say about that. Decent promo.
No.
I also like that how it worked into the show later on.
Right. Yeah. Me too. Then right after that was Tony Storm promo, and then the run in from Megan Bain and knocking her out. So that's gonna be an interesting match,
That's what I'm
man.
excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was. I mean, let me just pull this up. One thing I do want to say, I don't know if it's they're taking more time or they got somebody else doing it. Their video package just seems so much crispier, so much better.
Hers are awesome.
So like so much more like the music is better, what they're putting is better. It just seems like it's gotten a lot better. So
they were hiring video editors for a while.
Yeah, like that. Whatever they got going on there, it's gotten a lot better.
They must have found somebody and hired them then.
Yeah, like
it looks great.
Whatever they're doing with that, don't stop it. I also think that they had like a great pace for the show tonight.
Oh
yeah,
I think so too. Nothing too fast, nothing too slow. It's just
everything kind of rolled into each other. Yeah. So I mean, as far as those, I do. Tony is the queen of quotes.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's pulling these quotes out. Some of them I have them all written down. I won't even say them on here. Like she was going crazy.
Well, you ain't gonna say glass in my ass?
Yo, nah, I'm talking about the one I throw a few of them out there that's not too crazy, right?
Yeah.
This tramp is still the champ.
Yeah.
She said she's not, she's not pussy.
Like, her one-liners, man. She's got some great one-liners.
She started.
Yes.
Like these are all lines from her. Like just in that one segment, like she's going batshit out there. Like
no, she is. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that movie too. See how she does in it, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been
the stuff she comes up with, just right off a whim.
They got women from like a bunch of different companies and that, which is dope.
Yeah.
What did you think about that video package, Runner? We gonna just call you Runner in here. You the original Runner.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Like we said, the video packages have been really, really good lately. I thought there was a lot of really good, really in-depth recaps for like Revolution throughout the night.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, there's only so much praise I can give them about how well they're doing their video packages right now, and that was a great night for those.
It's well earned, man.
Yeah.
They've been kicking ass this whole year. So,
guess the other thing I would ask you is, how do you feel about Megan Bain running Roughhouse on AEW, the AEW Women's Locker Room right now?
She smashed a bunch of the major players tonight.
She's not playing with them.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've been asking for her online for what, a couple of years now.
You right. Yeah,
Didn't
just
know
been
if she
waiting on her
signed,
debut.
if she
Yeah.
wasn't signed, if she went to New Japan on her own, if AEW. I don't care what they did. It was well worth the wait.
Heck yeah,
That's
it
that's
was.
all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, a real good like Monster Hill run from Megan Bain would be really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, just an unstoppable powerhouse. So
Um,
that'd be my cup of tea right there.
it'd be cool to see for sure. I mean, she definitely has that aura about her or whatever. I mean, she doesn't really have to say a whole lot.
No.
I agree. Think that they kind of with with um with her and Penelope, they have a strange dynamic that actually I think could really work. Cause I'm like the whole time I'm thinking like, why ain't she out here with her? Like, are they a team or not? Right? But I think the dynamic is like, look it, that's like Wonder Woman and the
Yeah.
other one's Holly Cameron. They don't really like each other. It's just kind of
Mm,
like a convenient type thing. Like she's gonna let you
yeah.
get beat up, and then she's
Yeah.
gonna come do what she wants to do. So it's
Right.
not like so that I like kind of like what they're doing there, because it doesn't actually look like they're a team. It kind of looks like it's just kind of convenient for Bane to do what she's doing off of Penelope's downfalls. That's kind of just what it looks like. But listen, Penelope's super underrated. Um, I like what Bane did, and I would say just continue pushing her. I don't know if they'll actually throw one of these titles on her this quick, but just keep her momentum going is what I would say about her.
Yep. Just keep it going strong. Don't make her lose in a couple weeks either. You know, just keep her winning.
Yeah, like I don't want to see her get built up, get a title shot, lose, and then have to start over and get like. And I don't think this would happen with her, but I feel like and a lot of people, I mean, I don't know, just flipped out. I've said this a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
They've done it with. I'll just give you a few of the women: Serena Deeb, Anna Jay. There's a couple more of them if I just really dig deep. But what the problem is, these you gotta now Dee, you already know what she is. She's an amazing wrestler. She's a technician. So you just gotta kind of find something to do with her. She doesn't need training or build up or no, you just gotta give her a good angle and let her thrive. With Anna, we've seen her go from like being a rookie to like going to New Japan, getting her feet under her, looking real good out there, right? Getting more confident on the microphone. Um, but one thing they did with her that I think was a mistake. They gave her too many title shots. We knew she wasn't winning, right? So now at this point, she's probably lost two handfuls of title shots. It's just gonna be harder for you to do something with her. Like what probably should have happened is when she came back from New Japan, should have kept building up for like 6, 7 months, a year. Like she probably shouldn't have had no losing title shot opportunities until she could afford it. Because every
Yeah.
time she lost, she got sent back down the ladder.
I feel like she could come back anytime and she'd be okay. I
I,
think that's why we hadn't seen her in a little while. Kind of build suspension a little bit.
but the
Yeah.
reason why I think we haven't seen her in a while is because she lost another title shot, like
Right.
right when she
No, for
came back.
sure. It goes hand in hand. Yeah,
Yeah, so
for sure.
I just would have rather seen her, like a couple of feuds built up that don't have to have a title involved. Like Anna should have just been on like a good winning streak and just steady pacing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, kind of like I'll give you an example. In outside of Athena, because Athena's like way past Ring of Honor right now, right?
Yes.
But look at like Billy Starks, look at Red Velvet, look at these some women in Ring of Honor, they're thriving right now, right? Because they're being properly built. They're not losing on AEW television. Not saying Billy's not gonna take her first loss now, but
But no, they got the match next week.
yeah,
CEO and Billy
She's not
Starks,
winning.
and that's gonna lead way in for Athena, I think. So
You think Billy has a shot?
no, nah, she's
Ain't
gonna.
no
Unfortunately,
shot.
she's gonna lose, bro.
What
But
what says you, runner?
I don't know. I don't know. Uh,
Billy winning this?
it jury's out. I don't know.
She has no chance.
mm,
I don't even think it's at 1%. But I do think that they'll put on a good match that'll probably put Billy Starks on the like
they'll
level
put her
her
on the
up.
map a little
Yeah,
bit.
put her
Yeah.
on the map. You know, if she I mean Mercedes is allergic to bad matches, so you know that, right?
Right.
Um this probably be the match to put Billy on the map. Probably should just leave her there. I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, move up her and Athena.
Yeah. Just move them up. And
Yeah,
I don't think she needs to lose the ROH title. I think she can just kind of relinquish it if obviously if she's going up to the main roster and
I
uh
think I don't
going
think
for.
she's losing it.
You think she's just gonna keep both? Or
I think she's gonna relinquish the titles when she
yeah,
steps up, and there'll
right.
be a
That's what I was
tournament for
saying.
them.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see, and this is probably put Billy on the map, send it down. She'll probably win that tournament and have a good reign with that title, if I had to guess. Unless they leave Billy on AEW TV, which I mean, she's talented enough.
For sure.
That'd be their decision.
She cuts a good promo actually. She's very good at talking, or she's very great at talking
What she's done in
in
the
front of the
past
camera.
year, I mean, she's another one of those ones like Kyle Fletcher. Like in 1 year, they just got it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Like
yeah.
Fletcher is total. He looks like a
It's
completely different person from
person.
last
Yeah,
year.
they just
yeah.
some of them I feel like they just get it. They get it quicker than others. You know,
It's
it's like
true.
look, it's like the MJFs of the world. Like it didn't take him to be like most
Yeah,
wrestlers. I feel like our generation wrestlers, their primes at like 35. Like
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
when they
yeah.
really
That's
get
true.
it, and they get their titles. Like MJF had titles. You know, what was he? 22, 23. No,
Yeah,
it was
man.
older than that. It
Young,
was much older.
very young. Yeah, like you said, some of them just click right away. They get it, and Billy's one of them. So
For
yeah.
sure.
So then we had our very first match of the Dynasty International Championship tournament, um, which we got Beast Mortos, and we saw the debut of Speedball Mike Bailey. So what do y'all think about Speedball Mike Bailey? Have y'all ever seen him in a match before? Have y'all seen him wrestle at all? Or was this your first time experiencing him?
That
So,
was my first time, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but is it just me or does he look like Theo Vaughn?
man,
You know
maybe a
what I
little.
mean? Like his
Yeah.
little brother or something?
Bro, I was thinking the complete opposite, man. He reminds me of like Liu Kang or something from Mortal
Oh,
Kombat.
okay. Well, yeah, his
Yeah,
gimmick and stuff, but like when he
yeah,
come out there with that mullet and everything, that mud
yeah,
flapping in the wind, he looked like Theo Vaughn to me.
yeah.
I'm still
Yeah,
getting
I see it.
I still find it hard to get used to barefoot wrestlers. So, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like
Right.
he's literally he's elite talent. I mean, him and Mortos are both obviously
Yeah,
special, but
He and he finished off Mortos with a spinning roundhouse.
yeah.
Jesus.
Roundhouse, Roadhouse.
From the
Yeah, dude, been
second
watching Roadhouse this
second
morning.
team.
Yeah, yeah. He's cool. I like his character and his gimmick and all that. I've been waiting for his debut for a while now. So, and I'm happy we finally got it because he's gonna give us some amazing matches, man. Especially if he faces Ricochet uh in the tournament bracket. So
Yo,
Yeah, I'm thinking Ricochet or Cassidy wins that whole thing.
I would
yeah, I
agree.
was thinking probably Ricochet might, but
Cassidy had it before last year around this time when he
yeah,
got it from Roderick Strong, I think.
true.
Visual Lee said you got to get Theo Vaughn to be the manager for Mike Bailey.
Oh no.
Oh my God, they look like twins out there.
And Matthew Shelton said he's in the house. And just a heads up, in case y'all can't see it, we got over 70 people watching right now. So shout out to everybody who's watching. Salute to
Thanks,
Awesome.
y'all.
appreciate you.
Thank y'all very much.
Feel free to send in any questions if you have any. We'll shoot
Yeah,
off them. I got
live
the
chat's
chat.
open. So
for
Yeah,
sure. I think I will say he's probably one of their best signings. And what did you guys think of the match?
match was good. Uh, really good. I mean, you only got a little bit of taste of what Mike Bailey can actually do in that ring. So, but you're gonna see it with different opponents like Ricochet. Shoot, even Orange Cassidy could bring something different to the table with Speedball Mike Bailey. So I watched him a little bit in his TNA run, and I really enjoyed his work. So I'm very happy that he's in AEW now. So
Yeah, for sure. I was waiting for him to show up.
yeah.
Waiting for him to feud with Osprey. I want to see that. Definitely want to see that
Oh,
match again.
that's gonna be a match. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. If you did you ever see that match? Turnbuckle.
Mm-mm.
Check
Wait,
that.
which one?
There's a match. Osprey versus Mike Bailey. I want to say it's probably only like six
No, I don't
months.
think I did.
Check it's from like 6 months ago. It's
Add it to
within
my
the last
watch list
year.
now.
It's a dope match. I definitely want to see them feud again.
Oh yeah.
Anything else you guys want to say about that?
Well, I'm ready to see where it goes. Man. It's about time he debuted because he's been in talks for like past 6 months. So they finally found a good place for him to debut.
For sure. I honestly thought he was gonna
Excuse me.
debut for Collision. I didn't think it would be him today for some reason because the way they promoted the package on Collision, and they
Yeah.
never aired that vignette
Again.
on
Yeah.
Dynamite, only on Collision. So I kind of thought he maybe would be part of that soft brand split that we'd be talking about.
See,
But
you miss out if you miss Collision, guys. You got to watch Collision.
yeah,
You would have missed that whole video package. So
and the Collision's
yeah,
been actually like we said on
yeah
the show. It's
it's been
been a
competing with Dynamite
yeah,
in
it's
my
been
book.
Yeah,
better than
it's
it
been really good lately.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
um, then we can finally cut to MJF and uh MVP. MJF, goes to the ring, starts making fun of the live crowd again, making fun and all that. And MVP, the Hurt Syndicate music hits, and MVP goes out there and has a little talk about some history that they had. And, you know, MVP was like, "You were a great champion," and hands him his little card, his business card. So, what'd y'all think about that?
Go ahead, Runner.
I thought it was good. I wasn't expecting MVP to come out there, but when he
Right.
did, I was like, oh, this is what his ass was up to earlier. And once he was out there, I
Yeah.
kind of liked it. I don't know why, but there's just something that seemed to click for me with MJF working with him for a little bit or
Yeah.
something. I
You
don't
can
know. I just kind
picture
of
it.
like the idea.
Yeah, right. No, you're right. Yeah, I can picture it too. It makes sense for some reason. Like,
It's just maybe it's like the way they all kind of dress, and he'll just kind of seems like
yeah.
he'll fit in there a little bit. And
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
they're
I think he
arrogant as
would.
well. And MJF is, you look at
Yeah,
arrogant up in the dictionary, you're going to find his picture next to it.
right. And it's been a while since MJF has had a group, so I think it's about that time again.
For sure, for sure.
Mm.
I'm what I would say about it. I think they should have ended the show with that.
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't
would have
think
been a good show ender for sure.
that when I watched that, I was looking at it like I hope the ending is gonna beat this. No disrespect to Orange Cassidy, or the main event because it was a dope main event, and I love Hechicero, right?
Mm.
Um, but yo, that's where that you got to know to leave them on a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
That right there will have more people talking at the end of the night
Mm.
versus that match. And you leave with MJF thinking
Yeah,
what
like look
he's gonna
down
do.
at the card and be like, you know
That
what?
but
Yeah,
I think that's one of the best exchange of words with two people where they
yeah,
both nailed it. We kind of know that they're both great on the microphone already, but the fact they incorporated their real history, I already knew that there was like a little bit of their history, not everything they were saying, but I knew that they've already bumped into each other before in the past. To deep dive on some of that history, let us in on some of that history. Um, Kind of give us point A to point B, meaning MJF was willing to give me free rides to pick my head, right?
yeah.
And give you that whole rundown just for MJF to give you the hug and hi and be like, no, yeah, but guess what? I'm not that guy no more.
No,
I got everything I needed from you.
but I'm also serious.
Yeah, right. But still take the card,
Yeah.
right? So
And he put it away in his pocket too, man. He
that's
just
why I think that was
right
it
there.
was a perfect fucking ending to the night. Pardon
Yeah.
my language. I think
No,
they
you good.
pulled it too early. I think they should have did that little like I said, the end of the night. That's the only thing I would say about that. I would say that's another 10 out of 10 segment that they smacked out the park tonight. It's not the only one.
Yeah.
There's a couple that might have been, sevens to eights, but there's a couple, I mean, tens on their segments tonight and their video packages, which they usually don't have multiple of them, which tells me that they're finding the groove to keep everything together and pace it out a million times better than sometimes we would get a little bit erratic at times. But
Yeah.
it's a new business. They're
Right.
all learning new things. There's Tony's learning new things right
No
now.
pressure. Just I think
No,
there's
no
just
pressure at all.
new
No one's ever
yeah.
did it before.
Yeah. No pressure.
Yeah, he got everything is looking a lot better right now. And as a fan, I appreciate that. It's
Yeah.
an easy watch. Anyone who's not watching and is running around talking about AEW sucks is
Yeah,
out
they have no idea what
of
the hell
their
they're talking
goddamn
about.
mind.
Yeah.
Keep listening to these dudes that barely watch AEW and tell you
Yeah.
how good it is. I
Watch
mean,
all those top accounts turn into grifters one by one. I've been
The
seeing it.
biggest, I see one on the timeline already. I've seen it like 15 times on my timeline. Really enjoyed the backstage with MJF and Hangman. Can't wait till one day both of them go to WWE and learn the correct way and become stars. Like, come
yes,
on.
it's ridiculous.
Why? Why say
I
that
seen
shit?
someone. I
It's
seen that all the Penta arguments all week. First of all, right? I'm gonna just let like a quick feeling, right? I've been a fan of Penta since his first match I seen in Lucha Underground, right? I followed his matches around the world. I dealt with the CMLL, the AAA, the one they was going back and forth when he could only work for one company, all the way to TNA when he was the champion, all the way to then the AEW, right? Like
Right.
I've been bouncing around, but now, in those whole times, he can only flip. He doesn't sell. He doesn't get it, right? All those same people right now. Oh, well, he wasn't selling and he was just doing Canadian. No, the only difference is the
No,
logo. You
he
just
was
have
good at
loyalty
Canadian
to a
Destroy.
logo.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's the same exact guy. Wow, you kick him. He stalled 2 seconds harder. That's what makes him better now.
It don't
What do
make
you
no sense.
Oh, he's literally the same guy doing the same moves, same name, same suit,
It's
damn
just
near the same music.
yeah.
And I love Penta, right? But
Right.
don't tell me you like him now when you didn't like him 6 months ago because he's so much different. That's a bold
Yeah.
fucking lie.
Good words right there, brother.
Period. It's
Yeah.
it's just dumb as hell. Like I can't
I
hold
just
my
like him now because he's in WWE.
Yeah, you
So
like him
what?
because he's in WWE. If he got fired tomorrow and popped up
Yeah.
on Collision, you
Yeah.
would say he sucked again. You're not a
Exactly.
real
That's
fan.
exactly how it would go
That's
down.
that's just
Okay.
what it comes down to. You
Yeah.
know?
it sucks.
Like,
I liked him before and I like him now. There's
yeah.
nothing has
Yeah.
changed for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't care where he works, just as
Right.
long as he's working and I can see him on TV.
And
There
and
you go.
that's the thing
That's
that
all that
bugs
matters. Yeah.
I ain't go it's like look it. Um I remember I got attacked for going on the Ray Phoenix post months ago when he was airing stuff out. And I'm a big Ray Phoenix fan. I love both them guys. They two of my favorites, right? And I said, yo, this probably ain't the way you should do it. Now I'm getting attacked by fans that don't like him, telling me that I shouldn't be like. What do you tell? You don't even name a match before this post. They ain't gonna be able to name one. But they hear he's going to WWE, and all of a sudden they're attacking his real fans. Like, yo, the minute that he leaves that company, you're not a fan. I'll still be there. Like,
Yeah.
that's the truth to it.
And you two still watch WWE, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Ricky Saints? Anything come of that?
Well, yeah,
He was
he's
on NXT last
he's
night.
in
Yeah.
NXT, and I mean he's being used. Being
Mm.
used.
It's been
It
Uh,
was
used.
funny because Ethan Page comes out there and says, I guess somebody had said something to him just moments before Ricky about being an outsider or something. And Paige rolls up and he says, "Yeah, we don't like outsiders around here in NXT." And I'm like, "Didn't you just 5 months
Got
ago
here?
like come
Yeah.
from the other place too?" So I thought it was kind
Huh.
of funny.
And here's the best part, right? And this is why I always end up arguing with more WWE stooges than AEW stooges, and people think I just only argue about AEW, right?
No.
It's because if AEW did that, where's all the content? There'd be every content creator would have a post out right now with their
Mhm.
stupid fucking thumbnail
Yeah.
telling you how it's a bad look that AEW brought up the other company. It's been dead
It's
silent.
done. It's happened before.
It's
I've
silent.
seen that.
So look at, I love Ricky Starks again. Ethan Page, same thing. Like you wasn't a fan when he was doing dumb karate shit in TNA. I was. Now
Right.
you like him in NXT, right?
But you
Cool.
didn't like him before
You
in
didn't.
AEW.
And if he
Yeah.
left again, you wouldn't like him. And if you think those wrestlers don't know that, these fans are idiots.
Yeah,
They know
for
you're
sure.
not a real fan. They know the minute they leave WWE, you're not gonna like them. It's the same thing with bad AEW fans. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not,
Same.
but it's just it's like a million more of them. Like,
Yeah.
that's the problem. You're getting attacked by 1,000 of them and 50 AEW fans. It's like, look, I ain't even gonna worry about them. I'm just bomb the masses,
I
right?
swear my mute button doesn't
Oh,
work or
listen,
something,
I
man.
don't block
They
nobody.
just keep coming.
My mute game is heavy.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you.
But they just keep coming. It's like you block or mute one and here comes 10
Yo,
more,
There's
you know?
another one. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
yo, visually said Hail Uzi. Yeah, he's one of
Yeah.
them. Can't
God, yeah, that count's so annoying. His backup account just got shut down too.
he's getting
There's
too much.
certain accounts I don't even mention. Like I'll post something
Yeah.
about it. I won't even mention their name because I just don't like. I'm not trying to give them any sort of credence towards that because sometimes
Yeah.
it's just it's a
Or
lot
just
of times it's
engagement.
bad faith just for
Yeah.
engagement.
Yeah.
That's
For
the
sure.
problem. I just want people to keep the same energy. I mean, like,
Right. For sure.
you don't like a wrestler, you don't like a wrestler. If you don't like a wrestler, don't tell me you like him tomorrow because he popped up at somewhere you like to watch.
Right.
Because nothing's different. Like nothing. Literally, I don't think outside of maybe a couple name changes, and they're like simple name changes, not one talent that left AEW is different in WWE. Which one?
No.
Jay Cargill?
They're copy and paste
Maybe
of what
now
they were.
because they get that Blade Cargill going. I told you I'm
Uh,
feeling that. Completely different. But when she arrived, same person. Ethan
I seen the
Page, he
pics
still
of
got the
that.
same
Yeah.
zipper ups. It's the same shirt. Like,
Yeah.
you
I was
mean
fired up at the Rumble when she showed up. I was like, ah.
hell yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Like I don't get mad when a wrestler goes to another company. I try to go, I hope they do well and I want to watch and see what they're
Yes.
doing. So when bottom line is though, it's ridiculous when you get attacked for liking something. Mind your
Yeah,
business.
for
Don't
sure.
worry about what I like. If I say something's good, it's a reason why we all have opinions and it's great. We all get to have our own. Like I don't know why people get so offended that you like something.
Yeah.
It's
Because they're
weird.
scared. That's all it is. They're scared.
It's not, bro. It's
Yep.
weird.
It's weird.
Like,
Yeah,
real,
it's definitely weird.
I don't think real WWE fans or like real fans in general do this weird
No.
shit. Like
Some
it's
of them aren't. No.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, we could talk about this, the inconsistencies of IWC all day. Where were we at for tonight's
Okay.
thing?
Yeah, let's
Hey,
move on. So we just talked about the MJF and MVP promo. So
did we talk about
going on.
did we
Hold
talk
on.
about the Christian
What?
promo?
Oh no,
Oh no, I think
Nick.
I might have skipped that one. We can go back to it though.
Don't worry,
Uh,
it's either right before that one or it was right after that one. So we're
yeah.
still right in the same ball frame.
Um.
What do you
No, let's talk about the Christian promo before we move on to freaking goofball Max Caster. So, that was freaking hilarious, dude.
what what do you think about the recourse for what Christian's doing now?
It looks like the patriarchy's about to break up. Nick Wayne finally stood his ground. It's
Yeah,
about
he did.
time. Yeah. I was wondering what happened to that group, man. They kind of fell off for a little bit, and because that that stuff about Christian being the father figure that you never had, like, that stuff was killing me, like, every week, and they kinda just died down a little bit and stopped it. I'm glad they kinda picked it back up tonight and kinda gave us more story on it, so
Yeah.
I would agree. I think it was a Christian cuts a mean promo. He's like probably always and always will be one of the most underrated wrestlers like of all time, right?
yeah.
Um, it's kind of the same thing that I told you with the coat. I don't know if this is pre-planned or was kind of like a fix, because that they did say
Right.
that there was
I
some
could see it, yeah.
some
I could see it
changes at
being a
the end of the
fix,
thing.
yeah.
Um, but I think it was a good promo. I don't want to see that group break up yet, just for the fact that I don't know what they would do with Nick Wayne right now. I'm saying like what could you? I think Nick Wayne reminds me of a young Will Ospreay for some reason. Like if I go watch like the Will Ospreay before he got his size and stuff like that, he kind of reminds me a lot like him. I think that the group just would do more for him to stay with it and than to leave it. I don't know where he'd go from there at this time. But the promo was good. What about you, Rana? What do you think about it?
I thought it was great. I like Nick Wayne standing up to Christian. I'm not gonna lie, Christian would be the worst male father figure role model
Oh
around.
god, yeah.
Of
But
course.
I popped a little bit when he looked at Mother Wayne and said, "I'll send you back to Waffle House" or some
Yo,
shit.
yo,
Yeah,
I almost
yo,
that
lost it when he
that
said
killed me.
that.
yo, I feel like they was pushing the boundaries with their language lately.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, they have been.
I
yo,
was like, it just came out of left field. I wasn't expecting him to say that. I think that's
Looks
what
like
made
she
me
would
like,
work at a
yo,
Waffle House, though. Like,
listen.
I could see it.
What thing? What a question, right? Just a funny question before we go to the next one. Live microphone, no filter. Boss says they could go out there and say whatever they want to say. No, ain't nothing's gonna get bleeped, right?
I think I know where
If
you're
you're
going.
Tony, who are you more scared to send out to the ring with that mic to say whatever they want, MJF or Christian?
Dang.
probably MJF, because I
Yeah.
mean, the you fucking Mark thing, dude,
Yeah,
that one was
Yeah.
pretty
yo,
brutal.
this
That
is
was
what I'm
brutal.
telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Like, I don't know how much of these promos was actually like, I'm just gonna say what I want,
Yeah.
and
I'd like to
especially
yeah. I'd like to see those 2 go at it, like, freestyle promo on each other.
Yeah.
That would be
yeah,
cool.
I
Yeah.
would like to see, what I would like to see with them? A goddamn roast session between them two.
Yeah,
Like, we
exactly.
don't gotta do a real promo. Just
No.
give me like a 10-minute roast session in the ring live. And I'll be happy with that.
Well, I hope somebody's watching this and takes notes.
That'd be
Yeah.
hilarious. But I know as a
Yeah.
boss, I gotta be scared to give them a live microphone and not knowing what they're gonna shoot off the hip. That's
Yeah.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
it's gonna make for great TV, though.
Oh,
So,
100%. It
yeah.
brings in the ratings.
Why not just do it?
Absolutely. Now we at your boy Max.
Yeah. Y'all remind me what he said to Takeshita when Takeshita something about, "Are you serious? I'd kill you," or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was Max. Yeah, Max Caster when he told him. I said,
Like,
"What are
"This
we
guy for
doing
real?"
here, bro? I'd
Yeah.
kill you." Like, when he said that, the first interview that came to mind was the CM Punk interview, and I just died on the
Oh,
inside. I
yeah.
was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, this is hilarious."
I saw your post about it right after, and I was like, "Oh, yeah." It's like,
Yo.
yeah.
Oh man, that was
What do you
funny.
what do you feel about, I think I asked you this before, but I'm not sure if Runner was on. What do you feel about this angle? What do you think's gonna happen with it? Do you think he's just being buried, or do you think there's a rebound coming?
Speaking of which, it's on there right now, and like Takeshita comes out, and you can see his face. He's just like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean?
Oh
He's
yeah,
just pulling out
he
all
knew he
these
was coming.
bangers every time that he does this challenge. It's just another megastar just comes out and just
Yeah.
wrecks
I'm
him.
Yo,
And
bro, and it's
Takeshita
always on
ended
their
him in
worst.
what,
If you
35
notice
seconds or
too,
something?
he's
yeah.
getting them at their maddest. Like
Oh
Takeshita
man,
just lost the belt. Hangman was trying to kill
yes,
MJF. He's getting them in full-fledged rage mode. I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt next week it's probably gonna be MJF that answers and beats his ass. You see him
Yeah.
snapping in the back, right? And he's just getting everybody that's pissed.
I
I
don't know
think
where it's going, but I like it. Like at this point, like it's kind of comedic in a way.
Yeah.
no, for sure. I think if anybody could bounce back from this, it'd be Max. Some way
Yeah,
he can. Yeah, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think he's being buried. I mean, you could it's easily to see that. Like, I get what you're coming from, but I mean, he's like kind of like the comedy act right now. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
every wrestling show has that.
for
So
sure. I also think it works for him, and I do think he has big potential. So at any time, you could make him serious, and you could literally flip this upside down. Like I'm tired
yeah,
of being a joke. I'm done with the rapping. Maybe
right,
he goes with the Hurt Syndicate,
yeah, you
or
can
maybe
easily
he could,
flip it. Yeah.
does it on himself. But he's definitely got the potential, and I mean, he's got everything there to be a big star. But yeah, I think it's gonna take a while because I think this Bowen's gonna get his come up first, I think.
Oh, for
So
sure. Yeah.
Bowen's gonna answer one of these challenges eventually.
Yeah, and it's gonna
He go
shock everybody too.
Yeah. He'll
Yeah,
probably come back, new look, new gimmick,
yeah.
squash
It's gonna
him.
be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say about that one. What
Yeah.
about y'all?
It's just
not
it's
Takeshita
funny.
smacking him like this when after he knocked
Oh,
him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, right.
See, but
Yeah.
from where Takeshita was like, I think I want to say maybe like a year and a half ago, he was like frustrated. Said he hasn't had fun since he came from Japan.
Yeah,
He's having fun now, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet he is. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
having a good time.
Yeah, they've done good. They've done good by him.
Hmm. I agree.
The next thing, I don't think we really even need to touch on if you even wrote it down.
What, the main event?
No, no, no. The Jericho promo package,
Oh, yeah.
although it was a good package, um, that's the type of stuff that I feel like you just need to leave on Ring of Honor, personally. And
Yeah, to boost up Ring of Honor a little bit
yeah,
on
build
that,
up
yeah,
and I
Yeah.
hope they do put the title on Bandito eventually. So I mean, I know that's why they're using his brother for that,
right.
the angle.
Hopefully, ROH will get, like, a kinda somewhat TV deal or something, and then they could start to focus on their own shows a little bit more.
I
I
think
think
it
that's
will.
why they do that right now is they're just trying to get a TV deal.
You know what? You know what? If I had to guess, and if I had to pick apart a little bit of Tony's brain right now, one thing that I think I see coming, um, obviously, Jericho got the AEW title when he came to AEW. It was a part of the package that helped them get a deal, right? I don't think Jericho has that that star power anymore, but he does still have a name. I
Mm,
know a lot of people think that he's the Ring of Honor title because they probably think it's the best for business to shop a deal. I don't necessarily think that's it. I
mm.
think that if you read the tea leaves, right? Bandito's been getting packages since he came back. Bandito's been getting, a lot of push. Bandito's been Ring of Honor champion before. Um, I think Tony's trying to secure Bandito as a star and take the belt off Jericho and try to shop it with Bandito. Like,
Oh,
cause
okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
maybe.
cause
Yeah,
I don't know how much Jericho's name really holds right now to do that. Like, I feel like Bandito's a household Ring of Honor name. If you keep building, he gets a big reaction right now.
alright.
Jericho might be giving him the rub to move
Yeah,
that brand up. You
kinda
see what I'm saying? Because
yeah, I
they're
see.
working. You notice how much effort they're putting into this feud. Bandito's getting the title. I,
Yeah,
I could guarantee that he's gonna get the
and
title.
that's what Jericho does. He elevates the younger talent and
Yep.
puts them
And
up on the pedestal and
because I
sets
think
it up.
I'd say when that happens, Jericho probably won't be on Ring of Honor much longer. He'd
Yeah,
probably be
probably
back.
not. I think you're right. You're right about that. I can see that
That's
happening. Yeah,
Yeah, that's just I think probably the smartest move right now because you need a new star to shop that network. Like a network ain't gonna want to give you some, you know, whatever year long TV deal if Jericho might have, who knows how long left. Like that's their heavyweight champion. You need a star to build the company on. And I think Bandito's that guy.
yeah, yeah. Got any thoughts about that turnbuckle?
Um. Yeah, I like Bandito.
You see
I
he has
like
that
him.
star potential, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I want him to get some sort of like deep ass feud, something that lasts for a few weeks. Something with some real substance to it with somebody. I don't care who it is. I mean, it could be like Roosh or a hologram for that matter. I
Yeah.
don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. But I just want to see him like in something substantial.
For sure. For sure.
Right. Yeah. Especially after this Chris Jericho feud. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah. It
like
makes me wonder who might be next for him.
like the Chris
Yeah.
Jericho thing's cool. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I like Jericho, but I'd like to see him stay on Ring of Honor right now because of what he's doing over there.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
we talked about earlier, just the
Yeah.
belts coming back and forth, and it just I don't know.
I,
Gotcha.
I would like to see Banditos. If I'm not mistaken, not counting Gresham, which I believe left um when the company ended, he left with the belt. Like he was the heavyweight champion. But I believe like the before him, like say a combination of the last 3, 4 champions before him, Bandito was one and Roosh was one. Right? They're doing my boy Roosh dirty right now. Like
Yeah.
if Ring of Honor could
Yeah.
get a TV deal, it's like I'd rather see Roosh and Bandito feud over that title than here he's suspended again, because I don't even know if he's really suspended at this point. It's
Yeah.
just
You're
super,
talking about that one of our last shows.
yes, just like
Yeah.
super frustrating.
Maybe he did get suspended or something happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it wouldn't make any sense why we haven't really seen him. You know.
and that and
Mm.
that, and that's the thing. It's like if he is suspended, that shit sucks. If he's
Yeah.
not suspended, I mean, it's even worse because it's like he's like off TV, he's off TV. It's like he makes a comeback every 3 weeks.
But yeah.
It
No
doesn't
shit.
doesn't
He
make
really
no
does.
sense. Mhm.
Eventually, it gets watered down, and the
Yeah, but
excitement kind of goes
I
away.
mean, I wouldn't like if they had the TV deal. I wouldn't mind, you know, letting a few of these guys go have great Ring of Honor runs and then bring them back up once you figure like a solid game plan. Because I mean, when it comes to Roosh, he's too good, man.
Yeah.
Like he's way too good to be to
Sidelined. Yeah.
not even like he hasn't been in any of these tournaments. Like
Mm-mm.
which tournament has he been? I think he did the Continental Classic one time and he actually did good. Um, but it's like a lot of the time it's one. All right, for example, he's the supposed to be the leader of LFI, right?
Right.
Mortos represents them in everything.
Yeah. I mean, I
Like
like seeing
I,
the Beast Mortos a little bit
I
more than
love
Roosh.
Mortos, but what
Mhm.
I'm saying is this:
That's me.
when you're the leader of the group, it just think. I mean, like your henchman can't handle everything. Like he's in the tournaments for the title shots. He's in the tournaments for this. He's in the Roosh isn't in nothing.
Nope.
That's a problem.
Yeah. I wonder what really is going on with that though. It'd be interesting to know. So
I know. I would like to hope it's just travel problems and
yeah,
that
maybe.
they just work it through the motions. I mean,
Yeah.
versus like actual problems. Because he
Yeah.
signed,
Yeah.
I think, for a very long time. I
Oh,
think he re-signed for 6 years.
oh dang.
Yeah.
That's a big
I think
contract.
it was the same, like the similar type contract that I
That's
believe
Swerve.
Cage signed. It was like
Oh,
5
Brian
years,
Cage.
a 6-year option. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian Cage when he re-signed.
Yep. So main event: Orange Cassidy versus how do you say it? Hecherico or
Hechicero.
Hechicero,
Hechicero? Yeah,
Hechicero, or Hechicero.
Hechicero. But what do y'all think about the match?
Let you go first, Runner.
This is good. I mean, I'm always a fan of seeing Orange Cassidy out there. One of my favorite parts of AEW is Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
Clearly.
yeah.
So,
See that?
and I love his entrance videos. Like tonight, it said, "This is all I got." I didn't know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just, I love it. Match was good. I like the match. I like Hechicero. He's pretty good. Um, I expected Orange Cassidy to win, and he did. So
yeah,
I thought it was okay. I didn't have
yeah,
any real issues with it or nothing. I didn't see anything that stood out to me as like, oh, this could have been done better or something. So
yeah.
it was all right.
Yeah. Kind of one of those good medium endings to a show. Just
Yeah.
I think I agree with Mob Miz what he was saying earlier about the cliffhanger of MJF and
Yeah,
MVP. I think they should have ended the show like
ended
that.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I think they should have flipped it and probably had Hanger and MJF bump into each other earlier in the night, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That match
yeah,
happened and had MJF go out to the ring to talk and then get cut off by
Yeah.
MVP. And I think they should have ended it with that. I think that's the only and the show I think tonight was great. But I think if
Mm,
they would have did that, I think it would have been like you know, it's a even the people that hate wouldn't have been able to hate on that.
yeah,
See what I'm saying? So I feel like right now there's already an amount of people that love AEW. And don't get me wrong, it's not my business. So like I'm not pulling your teeth out to do anything if you ain't watching it. But if it's my business and I'm writing it, you got to convert some of those fans. That's what's gonna get you heading in the right direction. I think when AEW first came out, a lot of those fans was kind of willing to convert because other companies weren't say doing as well as they are now, right? And that's why it went off on a high. And the better other companies get, a lot of those people that fence jumpers, they went back over. But that also tells you that they're willing to watch both. You just gotta they love cliffhangers. That's kind of what it is.
yeah.
That's the entertainment aspect of the wrestling, which it's all part of wrestling, promos, the wrestling, the storyline, everything, right? And you have to touch all bases if you want to pull in all fans, because not all fans like wrestling. That's the truth. I got little cousins that fast forward through the wrestling matches on WWE and only watch the promos. That's what they like. You know what I'm saying? So you can't convert someone to watch something they don't watch. You got to
Right.
give them a little bit of the stuff they do watch, and I think they're starting to do that. What do y'all think?
You go first.
I think with it being this time of year, there's just a lot more focus on wrestling itself, leading up to the next couple months.
Yeah,
Um, well, last year we saw the same thing. Took and I were talking about it. I'm glad that people, especially things that happen in the wrestling world, brings new eyes to the product. Whether it's WWE, TNA, AEW, it doesn't really matter to me.
yeah.
Just as long as people are like seeing it for what it is and appreciating it for what it is and finding something in it that they like or that
That's
they
what it's
can
about right there.
Yeah.
connect with, you know?
If you enjoy it, you
So
enjoy it. Yeah.
exactly. And like my wife said something to me the other day, like, um, I didn't know that like you liked it this much. And like over the years, like sometimes there's just not people I'm interested in. There's not stories I'm interested in.
Roller
So
coaster.
Yeah.
I don't, I might not watch it as much, but I still keep up with it. And then there's times like now where you've got Ricochet, Mark Briscoe, MJF,
Yeah,
list goes on and on and on. It's like, how can I not watch right now?
yeah,
I
Yeah.
have to watch.
yeah. I agree. Don't get me wrong, I took when WCW got sold, I watched for 1 year and I took almost a 10-year layoff where I just checked here and there. But I was so mad WCW got sold, I wasn't
Yeah.
watching anything.
No.
Especially not that they actually sold, but I just watched most of the guys I like didn't go there, so they didn't get
Right.
taxed.
Or if they did go there, they got buried.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
And the ones that I did like, went there and they just outside of Rey Mysterio,
Yeah. Rey Mysterio was like they had the best of that. I
yeah,
think.
but he's always been my favorite. So outside of him, right?
What's going
Everybody I
on?
like got
Yeah.
did dirty. So I just
Yeah.
same thing with ECW. Like the personal guys I like, I feel like they didn't really never get what I
Mm-mm.
thought they would get, right? So
Right.
that's just how wrestling is. Sometimes it catches your attention. Sometimes you just scroll through and check once in a while. That's why I know and I can get it why some people is fast forwarding through the matches. They just not really interested in what's going on. They might want to hear, whoever's cutting the big promo, or if, Punk or someone's out there gonna cut a 20-minute promo. That's their entertainment. Like they don't want to watch the 20-minute match. So
Yeah.
you got to come from both sides. But what
Yeah.
what you said hit it on the button. And I end what I'm saying on this. I don't watch wrestling to find what I don't like. Cause
Yeah.
I could list, I mean, I could find something I don't like all the time. You know what I'm
Imagine
saying?
doing that, like, hate
Yeah,
watching, so I can't
yeah,
hate watch
like,
something. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna watch
I'm
it.
not gonna watch.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, and if you watch something like I'm looking for what I like. As long as I
yeah,
like more than I don't like,
it's
I
okay.
can,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, right? Ratings and all that stuff is good. You know what I'm saying? For them. It has nothing to do with us, and it should hold no weight on how good or how good you think something is. For example,
Yeah,
if you pulled up the top rated TV shows on TV, you do realize you probably won't like all 10 of them, right?
right.
There's
Yeah,
other shows that you probably prefer that might even be getting canceled. They don't got the views like that.
but you're
That
not gonna sit
doesn't,
through the one you don't wanna watch,
you
and
see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I mean, if you
it just
want
makes no
to,
sense.
yeah. So if like Real Housewives of something is the number one rated show in the world right now,
Yeah,
you're gonna
but I
watch
don't
it.
watch it,
So
you know?
that's your reasoning for watching it and saying it's better than something that doesn't get those views. That's asinine.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
ridiculous. I mean, and what I gotta say is that
Yeah.
um, do y'all have anything else specific to say? One thing about the OC match, I think the match was perfect. You know, the only thing I would say, I just don't think it should have won at the end over the MJF. And I know we do gotta pick our match of the night before you
Yeah,
got.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, let's jump to match of the night. What do y'all got? I'll let y'all go first.
Go ahead, Rona.
I'm going Powerhouse, Hobbs, Hologram, Cage, and
Yeah,
Dreadless to go. I like that
good
one.
show.
That was good.
Hey, listen, hey, I get no complaints from me whenever Hollygrams on TV. Hopefully they keep that up. She should really mimic a few more people, like not
Yeah.
just him, like a couple more. One other thing about her too. Did you see her imitating Nikki Bella while imitating Hologram? Did you see it? She did
Uh-uh.
that
No.
impersonation.
I'm
You
gonna have
know
to
the little
rewatch it.
dance Nikki Bella used to do when she twirls around?
Yeah.
Go
I have to
watch
Yeah.
go check that
go
out.
outside. She did it. She did the
Huh.
Nikki Bella move, right? While playing Hologram. So she was actually playing two people out there
That's
and
awesome.
herself underneath. She's multi-talented. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But my match of the night is Mortos, the Beast Mortos and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yep.
I also
That
like
was
that he came out at the end of the night for the stare down.
right. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was good.
Unexpected,
That's
but it
what
was
I meant
cool.
about everything rolling
Yeah.
in the pace. That was smart.
So I'd say the Speedball Mike Bailey versus Beast Mortos was also my favorite one. I've been waiting on his debut for quite a while. So
Yeah, me
yeah,
too as well.
yeah, and he delivered. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And just a
but
heads up with both of y'all, we had over
mhm.
150 people watching us tonight. We're still at 130.
Oh
That's
really?
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Big
Awesome.
shout out to everybody who tuned in.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank y'all
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, y'all have a good night. Okay. I got
You
one
as
more
well.
good sleep in me to get rid of the rest of this ick I got going on left over from the flu.
Well,
Just
hell
gonna
yeah,
sleep
bro.
the rest of it off, man. So
Well, do the
Do
one
that,
to go
buddy.
get yourself some rest.
Feel
We'll
better.
all link up in the
yeah.
morning and
See
we'll
y'all
go over next. What's the next setup? Saturday.
Saturday collision post
All
show.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do
And
that.
if you want to get out some content this week on some WWE, I got you. I want to be arguing with these other people over WWE.
Yeah. I'll let you know what my
Awesome.
schedule is. Baseball
You know,
season's in full effect,
I
so
love
we
I
are
love all
we are
wrestling.
deep in it.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, bro.
All right,
All right.
buddy.
And shout
Peace,
out to
y'all.
everybody. Have a blessed night.